Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple cards, and I'm going to do a couple things and give you a couple of my thoughts. But I wanted to get some video responses out of the way. When I say out of the way, I don't mean, oh gosh, here's another video response, and I better hurry up and do these kind of and not give them much attention. But that's not kind of what I mean. I want to get them so I get them in on time. And some of these video response challenges are pretty thought revoking or provoking, and it makes you sit and wonder about some stuff. And so I have a buddy, Darren, who is returned to collecting, and he recently had back surgery. And I thought, okay, he had a video response that he wanted us to do out there, and I wanted to be a good friend and try to get that done. And then I realized there was a couple more that I haven't done yet after watching a few videos. So I'm going to take this time on my video and try to get some thoughts out on these. And so first of all, what Darren wanted us to do, he wanted us to show a couple cards that were our favorite cards. And that's, you know, we've done that a little bit, and that's. But what he wanted to do more than anything else, is wanted us to shout out a few channels that had less than 200 subscribers. And I want to take this time to show my two favorite cards in my collection. Now, for those of you, most of you know this if you watch my channel, that this is my favorite card. And these are going to be turned around backwards. I'm sorry, but this is Johnny Bench. It's a 1976 Johnny Bench, and I just love that card. He's standing there in a cloud of dust, and he looks frustrated because it looks like somebody just slid past him and scored without him even getting the ball. And the other one, I just love getting this out, and I don't have it in a protective sleeve, and it's just because it's been with me. It's been with me ever since I started collecting, and it's my very first card, and it's the Eddie Matthews card. And if you can see, it's got all kinds of little rubber band marks on it. It's a beautiful card. It's got a crease in the middle of it. And I picked this up when it was my first card that I remember. And I felt like I wanted to just keep that true. And I love getting it out every once in a while. And I think about how many times I almost traded it as a kid, and how many and where I got it, and it just brings back some really good memories. And every once in a while, when you're as old as me, you like to think back to the old glory days of collecting and different things. But the biggest part of his video response is he wanted us to give out three channels with less than 200 subscribers. And so, if you would, I'm not very good about doing what I'm supposed to in this and putting their information on here, but do me a favor and look them up. And so these are the three channels that are less than 200 subscribers that I want you to kind of look for and maybe give it a chance. And the first one is a new friend of mine and his channel is Pastor Craig's Cards. And listen, he's a storyteller. He's got a good collection, and eventually, if you watch this channel, you're gonna like him because I think he's doing it the right way, and that's Pastor Craig's Cards. The other one I can't believe is less than 200 channels, or it's 200 subscribers, and he comments on a lot of stuff, and that's Jim L. Carter. And get over there and watch a couple of his videos, but you can hear him and pay attention to him in some live chats that he follows, and he really supports the community with that. So give him a like. And the last one, and I just got to know this one, and it's Island Card Collects. And this dude's in Puerto Rico, and he does a top 50 every year. He's been on YouTube for 2 years, and he has less than 200 subscribers, and I would like to see that total get up. Now, I'm not putting them anywhere on my comments, so please help me get them some likes and some views. And so the other one that's a little thought-provoking for me is Eddie's Cardboard Chaos. And he wanted us to do a video about a player that's overcome quite a bit to get to where he is. And, there's a lot of that out there. A lot of really feel-good stories I think of Jim Abbott, and of course you think of Jackie Robinson and Larry Doby, overcoming the color barrier and just players that came in after them, everything that they had to put up with. Yeah, you have some players from Cuba that have come across on a boat and two or three different times, and just so they can get a better lifestyle and a better chance to play. And um, you have players that came back from World War II with shrapnel in them that came back to play, and they've overcome a lot. And I it's hard for me to come up with something different. And so what I decided I wanted to come up with was one of my favorite players that I've talked about, and his name's Freddy Potek. And Freddy Potek is listed like on the back of most baseball cards at 5'4". He's not 5'4". And now gravity's come in on old Freddie, and Freddie's probably less than 5 feet tall now. And he was not a big man and didn't weigh a whole lot, and but he's considered the best shortstop in Kansas City Royals history, and he was part of some great teams, and he overcame the fact that he was very very little, and you know, but he just overcame that and was exceptional. He's very quick, led the league in stolen bases. Never had a chance really to make the major leagues, and ended up having a long career. And Whitey Herzog once said, and I know Whitey kind of plays to the crowd. He would play to the crowd when he would talk about his players, but he told a group in Kansas City one time as he's having a drink or two that Freddie Potek was the greatest shortstop that he ever saw play on artificial turf. And when he said that, he said, "Remember, I managed Ozzie Smith." And that was just, I know it was probably, I'm not saying he's better than Ozzie Smith. I'm just telling you what Whitey Herzog said about Freddie Potek. And he overcame a lot. And anyway, that's my choice. I know it's not overcoming a ton, but like Jim Abbott and some of them, but it just, anytime you can compete, and you have the size disadvantage and you show up big, I'm all for that. So that's that. And then my last one is it's JP Collects. It's a video response for JP Collects. Love his channel. Go give it a look. But anyway, he almost won money, almost won $10,000 on a scratcher's ticket or something. And everybody thinks like this. That if you're a vintage collector like me, I don't know about everybody. I daydream every once in a while and have this daydream, and some of you probably have too, of finding some cards in an attic or something. And but his was, if he won $10,000 on that scratcher's ticket, what card would he buy? Or what three cards would he buy? And I've thought about this more than anything else. I've been thinking about it my whole life. Okay, if I won this amount, if I won the lottery, how much would I give to this? Or how much would I spend on my house, retirement, that kind of stuff? But I'm going to think like this. I think my wife and I are pretty set when it comes to retirement. Maybe not quite yet. I'm still nervous about it. But if $10,000 came into my hands, and I'm hoping it does, I have some stuff out for auction right now, and my wife has given me permission. Whatever you get at that auction, you can take it this time and go buy you a baseball card. So if I would get $10,000 before Strongsville, I'm going to try to take that money and turn that $10,000 into cash that I have in cash, and turn it into a 1949 Leaf Satchel Paige. I don't have that card. I would love to have that card. Now, I'm not going to reach in my wallet and pull out $10,000 and go buy that Satchel Paige. But if I came into some money, I would take that, and the number one card I would get is a Satchel Paige. Now, if I had to break it down, I don't know exactly what it would be. maybe a T206 green Ty Cobb. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the 3D Roberto Clemente, so I can go to Theo and go, ha ha ha, I got this 3D Roberto Clemente, but I doubt it. But anyway, guys, give these channels a look. I wish Darren a speedy recovery on his surgery. Everybody go over to Eddie's Cardboard Chaos, watch that, and then everybody give JP Collects a like. And listen, guys, remember, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.